25 this morning. It snowed yesterday. And we're back on the project. We're on the last stretch. We got the rock slide done and covered up. We got the our pipe cut to the road. We did it yesterday in the snow. It turned out pretty good. And then today, we're going to try to get that mud dipped out of the pond. And I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I think it's better put it in this truck so I ain't slopping stuff everywhere. Or I'll end up with a sloppy mess. Probably end up with a sloppy mess either way. So let's go down there and let's scope her out. There's where a pipe went across the road at. It turned out beautiful, man. I was happy with it. And there we got it sticking out at the end where you can see. So that pipe's strictly going to be our seat pipe. And all the way around the pipe we put number 1 stone, so that way it can still be French drain all the way to water if it has to be. So hopefully we got it fail proof. We'll see. Dredging this water out, and it's a nasty son of a buck. It's the first time I've ever dredged before. So, but all that hillside slid down here and filled that pond up with goop. We're gonna get this pond open back up so we can get these cows some clean drinking water. And I've got me some cribbing from the mill. We'll see if I get it to hold me up so I don't fall in here and turn into a statistic. Oh! All right, Minnie Dan, let's see. Oh! And thank you, Brian. That's Brian's bucket. I tell you, he's one of the nicest guys. Brian's one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. And he gave me this daggone bucket. I owe him big. He wouldn't take nothing for it. It burnt me up. I'm like, man, I'm not a bum. I can't stand to do that stuff. I hate doing that stuff. But he's like, I want to do something nice for you. And I was like, man, some people in this world, I tell you, they are something else. But he got me this bucket. And he said, he said, get you this bucket because you need to be using this daggone bucket some. He said, you ain't using them teeth bucket when you don't need to use teeth bucket all the time. So I started doing some finish work and stuff with this bucket, and I fell in love with it. I plumb love this thing. This is my favorite bucket by far. Now if I get my footing just right here, I can get out on this thing. Here we go, to the mud. Boy, this is some slimy, sloppy stuff. It'll take me a minute to get my sea legs here. I'm being kind of slow and cautious till I don't know how everything's gonna act. And I ain't used to the weight of this bucket. So it'll take me just a little bit just to get used to this bucket alone. Okay, I got most of the water. And I'm learning you don't want to swing any more water up out of this pond than you need to. I learned that, I'm learning that by making a mess. But I need to get something rolling and get it moving because we're going to run out of day if I keep farting around. Need to get this project on the road. Okay, so this project started above the pond.
Okay? Well, it actually started when we put the pond in years ago. It's on the side of a hill, and when we dug the pond in, what we actually done was took the chalk away because there's a level of chert that the water runs down the bottom of on top of the hill. The water runs down to the bottom of the chert, runs out the chert, and then where the normal soil is leaning up against the chert, you know, where the grass and all of this stuff and the mess grows, water hits that, boom, slips down it, and there's some I think some of the construction people calls it soapstone or something like that. It's a wet, gray, wet rock, slate, whatever. But it hits that, runs down that, and it lubes that up. That's like a clay, like a lubricated clay. Well, then all that dirt that's sitting on top of that just slides off. All right. It was fine till we put the pond down there. When we put the pond down there, I guess what we did was took the chalk out. So then the dirt just slid off in the pond, slid in the pond, slid in the pond. We need the pond there because the pond is where we will fence the pond in, and then we draw the water out of the pond to feed the cattle. Well, yeah, now we got some mess because the dirt all slipped in there. First we had to fix the hillside where the water's coming in, put French drain in, and then we caught our seeps, and then we brought it down this drain, and we also used big rock that we got down below the hill, brought it up, made our trench all out of that big rock, and then covered it over with dirt, with lighter rock and then dirt to keep the sediment out of our French drain. And then at the end of it, where it crosses the road, we put a pipe in, a 4-inch pipe, and then French drained around that too with number 2s. So the water hopefully can all get down the pond, drain down the hill up above before the problem starts, take it down to the pond. And now that we got that all bam, 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 bam situated, now we need to get down to this pond and get all the mud and sediment back out of this pond, stack it up and let it dry, because someday we'll end up healing other bad areas on a farm somewhere with that silt, that stuff, and get our pond fixed back to where we can start watering our cattle out of it and taking care of the moo cows. Oh, you all make me feel really good with your comments and stuff like that. I want to take the time to thank you all for that. I know I don't get back with them good like I should. I'm trying to be better, but I gotta block my time. I gotta do this in a block and do that in a block and do that in a block, because that's the only way I can keep up with all the irons I got thrown in the fire. I'm getting better at things. I'm not doing a good job of sharing it with y'all, which is not good, because y'all earn it. Y'all deserve it. I mean, the way y'all treat me, man, y'all deserve every bit of it. But getting to work with my family, and I know it's kind of taking possession, but the family that I live in, people belong. I mean, man, I look to get to do this. It's a real daggone blessing to get to do this, and the people I get to work with, my family members I'm close to, and you all and the support you all give me. I can't do nothing but be happy. I work my butt off, I promise y'all. If I'm awake, I'm working. And I don't sleep all that much, And to get to be a part of all this is something. I'm 43 right now at this point in my video career here. I'm 43. When I turned 40, man, things, shoot. From the time I broke my foot, which was about 37, from 37 on up to 40, maybe even before that, 35 up to 40, past 8 years at least, has just been freaking nuts. it's been full of ramping up to management. The boss lady and the boss man been ramping me up, me and mommy, up towards management to kind of help fill their shoes. And now I'm in the sawmill a lot. I ain't been sharing a lot of that because it's just embarrassing how much I don't know, but I'm getting better at it. Thank God for the guys there at the mill. Thank you, boys. All of you. Harwick, Rick and Ball Poo, Pat, freaking Mikey, freaking other Mikey, Rodney, Alex, daggone, all the little Mexicans. You know, all you guys down at the mill, I know I'm missing people. Jason, daggone Jason, Poncho, Timmy, all you guys at the mill that's took me in under your wing. Harwick, I don't know if I missed you, Harwick. I'm sorry, Harwick. I saved the best for last, buddy. No, seriously. And Eli and all of you just took me into the mill and started teaching me there, man. I'm grateful for everybody, man. Everybody in this. I'll tell you, when I turned 40, I got down to pooper dumps. There's so much stuff going on, so many things just went, and I got down to pooper dumps. And I was like, man, I'm going to figure out what life's all about. I'm going to crack the code on this life thing that we're living, that we're all living. I'm spinning on this rock here living. And one of the best things I come up with that I discovered for myself, I mean, it's already been discovered. Hell, there's books about it. You can go read them. But like attracts like. That was one of the main things I learned. And if you have negative thoughts in your noggin, floating around up in your noggin, it creates negative situations. What you think turns into your words. What your words turns into what happens. It's a mess. If you're stuck up there in the pooper dumps like I was, and you're having them negative thoughts and all that mess, you need to get rid of them. Because they're going to bring on more negative. And somehow, through all the mess, through my pooper dumps and all that stuff, I ended up being around all these good people and you guys and all that mess, and it just, I'm not nothing but happy. Couldn't be freaking happier. Some of the stuff's starting to come together, stuff I've struggled with forever, and it's getting better, I'm telling you. If you're down there in the pooper dumps, if you need a little help, email me. I'll give you a little bit of help. I'll give you a little advice if I can get you out of the pooper dumps. Nobody needs to be down there in the pooper dumps. Everybody pull your ass up out of there and get to it. Put a smile on your face. As Big D always says, you got the rest of your life to be a pussy. Hell, take a day off. Guys, I hate to admit it, but I'm tired. This summer's been a hard push. This fall's been a harder push. And this was the last open project for the year. Now the rest of winter,
We're gonna work on sawmill, we're gonna log, we're gonna work on logging equipment. And we're gonna fix up all our equipment. Everything needs a little bit of love. But I said that to show you this. Here's the finished product. It ain't the most beautiful thing in the world. It's just a pile of mud. But everything will settle out. The cows are still in here. We're feeding hay on the hillside. On these hillside farms, you gotta do stuff like that. And Big Daddy years ago when I was a kid, man, he came up with that idea. And I was a kid, I don't know, I might have been 12, 13 years old. We had this old industrial loader tractor, and he had me spots like that I'd feed hay on and roll them out like that for the moo cows. And the moo cows would stomp on it, eat it, crap it up, stomp on it, eat it, fart around, and then you'd end up with your area strawed, stomped in, and covered in manure. And the only downfall is just a little wasteful with hay, because the cows are just going to eat the clean hay and stomp on the rest, you know. But we was late with this part of the project, and we was late getting it done to where seed can't do no good, you know. And look at Big Daddy's dirt work, man. He is slicker than snot on a bulldozer. My dad, man, he been running a dozer his whole career. But that's where we're at. We got that done, and here's where the pond turned out. The spillway, the dirt's right in the spillway. But everything's cleaned out, ready to settle out. This winter it'll settle out. Snow and rain in and stuff like that. I can't wait to start seeing our pipe run. Our pipe will start running a little bit. See, that was all slide. We couldn't even bush hog it. It was chopped up and slide and rocky and everything. And there's our pipe down here. And then we got 2 cattle watering hoses. We got to get them sorted out when we get farther along this winter. The cows is moving out of this pasture pretty quick, so they won't be here much longer. And we got them clean water up on the hill. We just got them a water hose, and they can drink out of a water hose while we're getting this mess sorted out. But by this time next year, this pond will be beautiful, be full of nice water. We're gonna line it with rock. Once we get our water line established, me and Big Daddy will bring rock in. I'll get on the mini and go around and we'll rock around the water line, so that way the pond stays clean, and then they'll have a clean way to drink water. And then you know, we'll fence them out. We keep a fence here, and we don't let them stomp in it normally, but we'll let them stomp in this a little bit if they want to fart around in it a little bit. But for the most part, we'll get it fenced back in soon. And I'm gonna dump old pants there. I'm gonna head to the house, and I want to get some much appreciated rest. I don't know if it's much needed or much deserved. I wouldn't say that, but much appreciated rest. And I want to beat on my children, and I'm gonna eat supper with my family, and I might snuggle up with them and watch a movie with them. I thank everybody for watching. I hope everybody liked this, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And everybody, I want you to have a good day. Thank you, guys. Over and out. Just wanted to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for everything you all do for us as far as support and all that stuff. Don't think it fall on deaf ears. If anybody ever wants anything, go to loggerway.com, and we got all the shirts and hats and all that mess if you want any gear. And leave me likes and thumbs up and all that mess if you like this thing. And don't forget to ring the bell and all the buttons and stuff. Thanks, everybody. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. And don't forget to smile.